How's it going, man? Glad to see you back out here. I was trying to get down here earlier, but I was stuck working all day.
Bro, you go to Columbus, Ohio, bro. Go up there and be their social media, bro.
I,
They
I,
need they need nighttime media, bro, because the media in Columbia or Columbus, Ohio,
yeah.
don't stay out after 5.
What?
Yes.
I had to call Elizabeth because a couple of the guys that were here with me, I had to call Elizabeth, North Carolina, because they were threatening press.
Yeah.
So I called their police department, like, do I need to come from Minnesota to your department to
Me
correct your
too,
shit?
shit.
Like, what's going
Me
on
too,
with
shit.
this?
Me too, shit. I'll go down there. For real, I'll go down there.
I'm
I'll
like,
go
but
down there and
I want to be here because I want to try to cover everything that's going on here. So we're,
Columbus, Ohio needs press media
I
at
know,
night.
we got
At
one,
night, bro, because the cops are whooping
they're-
on them at night.
and press too.
All their residentials don't even come out because they know that the police are gonna whoop them at night.
Yeah, well, they are. They are. They're attacking everybody. And it's sad because we shouldn't be suppressed.
I have no clue, buddy. I have no clue.
They're getting me. You see them up on top?
I have no clue. I don't know who's all in this crowd. I ain't been with this crowd, so I don't know who's in this crowd. You know what I mean? I came by myself.
Yeah, the two guys that was out here before, one's in Iowa, the other one's in Elizabeth. And he was getting threatened being a journalist down there. I'm like, what is going on? Like, from the cops.
Bro, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
But here's what I look at. We need to make sure we have people in every area and every aspect because we all need to be seeing what's going on around the country. So if all of us rush to one area, then we forget Minneapolis, we forget Brooklyn Center, and then the next one, and the next one, and then it's just we're just chasing the story. I mean, I covered last night. Last night I was covering the guy that fell off the Stone Arch Bridge.
I contacted you.
Did you?
Yeah. About getting body cam footage from him.
Well, body cam footage is really hard in Minnesota. So I do have a request in to get all their exterior surveillance footage. So I did that it's been about a week. So they have 7 to 10 business days to respond. And after that, it falls under, they have to give me a reason they can't. Or they have to tell me something, or they have to release it. And it has to be a legitimate thing. They're going to be like, oh, well, it's too much data already.
Right, because I called him a few times. I called him today, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk to him. He's like, all right, come down here today.
Well, yeah, right.
How you doing?
It's like, how are you supposed to get in and access?
I went around.
Oh, did you?
I'm like, hey, I'm here. And they kind of looked at me. I'm like, a lot of media out there, man. So I'm joining their crowd.
Yeah, did you email me? Okay. Yeah, I don't get notifications from my email, so, and I'm also a contractor, so like I said, I was working all day, and now I got down here, and so now I'm going to try to cover what I can cover down here. But at least it's nicer out. They said it was supposed to storm and rain. I know. Yeah, you too. All right.
You call me an angry black woman, you call me whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, my boots is on the ground. At the end of the day, my voice is moving for the people. And if you're not for the people, you for the institution. Keith Ellison and Tim Waltz, you for the institution that created this shit. There's no way that boy should have been killed like that. And that bitch Kim Potter, that bitch, she knew what the fuck she was doing. That wasn't no accident. I got people coming to me saying that she was been profiling people. She had been profiling people beforehand. So if Dante Tashira. Major thank you to Tashira for coming out, representing families, supporting families against police violence. Always holding it down. Her story's tragic. We gotta be here for every family. We gotta join organizations, and we have to get laws in our heads so we can figure out how to stop this from happening. Because we could go to a funeral every day. We could go to a march every day. We could do a memorial every day, but we don't want to. We got to come up with some sort of legislation that will allow that to stop. So the next person I'm about to introduce is going to talk exactly about how to do this. A lot of times he talks about it and it just goes over everybody's head. But this is how to do the things we're trying to accomplish. His name is John. He is the president of Minnesota Justice Coalition, and he's going to talk to us about the charges with Kim Potter, how to advance them, as well as legislation that he's working on putting through with Tashira and getting the governor, like Tashira just said, on our side. If you're not backing these families and this movement, you against it, and you part of the institution, period. So here goes John.
Hello, my name is Jonathan McClellan, president of the Minnesota Justice Coalition. We are part of a collective of organizations that work with the families and community to address and advance legislation and other policy initiatives here at the Capitol in St. Paul and in Washington, D.C. We live in a system of two different realities. One reality leaves a trail of bodies, the other a trail of tears. For the health of our communities, we are demanding a change in behavior, starting with transparency and accountability. Our communities deserve answers for how we got here and a guarantee how this will end. We cannot continue to protect killer cops. We are here to demand Kim Potter be charged with second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and involuntary manslaughter. We are demanding the Attorney General take over the case and appoint a special prosecutor. In a conversation I had with the governor on Friday, he said all Keith has to do is ask for it. Well, ask for it. Stop protecting killer cops. If it's not one black man, it's another, and another. And if it's not a black man, it's a black woman. It's as if we're lambs for slaughter for the police. We are damned if we do, and damned if we don't. We didn't start this fight, but we will end it. This is where the fight is at today. In this moment, the same elected officials who showed up to Dante's funeral are some of the biggest roadblocks to substantive legislation and progress today. While other states have taken the leap in believing in their communities and progressing, Minnesota is still beholden to the racism, hate, and white supremacy. Change is coming. We plan to keep the pressure on our elected officials, both Democrat and Republican, because they both are guilty as hell. We are going to keep on fighting. Operation Pull-Up will be in full effect all summer. We will be coming to your towns, your cities, door knocking your neighbors, phone banking, protesting, and doing everything in our power to shine a light on this evil that has plagued the state of Minnesota and this corrupt government. Last summer, I had the privilege to spend the day with Martin Luther King III, the son of the late Dr. King Jr. and his family. Martin Luther King, a civil rights icon who freely gave his life to teach the world that dreaming was possible. And in that moment, and in our conversation, it was made clear that we can't stop. We must keep pressing ahead. There is no going back. The future is forward. We must continue to carry this fight into the legislature. We must change and dismantle the systems that allow and have allowed the Derek Chauvins, the Kim Porters to thrive. We must evolve as a people and as a society. Our greatest failure will be to do nothing knowing what we know. I'll say that again. Our greatest failure will be to do nothing knowing what we know. A saying I came up with is we have to infect the system with a conscience. So, when you go back home today and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, remember, it was your conscience that brought you here. It is your conscience that tells you what happened to Dante Wright was wrong. It is your conscience that brought you out last summer. It is your conscience that we stand on the right side of history. It is your conscience that helps us to support each other. It is your conscience that says the pain that these families is going through is wrong. It is your conscience that says the boots of oppression are wrong. We all know the system don't have a conscience. That's why it's our duty to infect it with one. All power to the people.
Yes, sir. Visit themjc.org for further information about the Minnesota Justice Coalition, as well as the legislation that he's working on putting through. Real quick, I'm going to introduce Jaylani, but before I do that, I have a beautiful gift for y'all from a beautiful person here. Rose has these, what they called? Pies for Justice. And they so beautiful. I never had one, but hold up. Look. Look at this, y'all. Comfort pies. Rose came through with like 30 pies. She wasn't playing. I have Rose here. She's going to say something along with her amazing pies.
I just want to say to the family, we love you. These pies are not just any pie. This is a sweet potato pie, and we consider that to be the sacred dessert of Black culture. And people have asked, why the sweet potato pie? And I've said, because it's so complex. Everybody thinking, nobody makes sweet potato pie like my mama. And we know that if the pie is that complex, then that's what we need to bring it right in the middle of this ugly complexity. And we know that it heals, it soothes, because where I came from in the South, anything that was going on, was that right, Miss Marilyn? You had a sweet potato pie right in the middle. So my name is Rose McGee, and I'm in Golden Valley, Minnesota, but I'm originally from Jackson, Tennessee. And one thing that's happened here is our community have come together and made these pies, and they have hearts on them, because that heart, that's what this is about. And we have got to learn to love. We've got to get these legislators to understand that various policies are going to have to be changed. And I know a lot of people are working on that. And until then, though, take the pie, have it, soothe yourselves. There are enough here. There are about 22 of them, 23, I think. And give them to various family members. I guess I have to take some of the bags back because some people said they want their bags back. But we just want you to know how much we love you all and how much we are in pain for you as well. And my colleagues are here with me. And Miss Marilyn, you know, she's such a strong fight for justice, you know, from the loss of her own son. And she's received these pies in the past as well. They're not too, yes, they are good pies. And they sure are. And just so that you know, this started when young Michael Brown was killed in Ferguson in 2014. And since then, we have taken pies all over to Mother Emanuel AME Church after those shootings. We took them out to, we don't discriminate. We took them to the synagogue, Tree of Life, after the killings there. And we made pies with Indian women, indigenous women, and drove them up to Standing Rock. We took pies over to Miss Castile after Philando. We took pies over to Jamar Clark's family. And certainly, we had them out after Mr. George Floyd's murder last summer. You're welcome, baby. So what we do is just bring them as best we can. Blessings to you.
Give it up for Rose and the comfort pies. Y'all better tap in and get a pie. Hey, the crazy thing is Courtney don't like sweet potato pies. I'm looking like, what? What's his name? What's his name? Dante Wright. Say his name. Dante Wright. We're taking a photo. Let me get out of the way. Next up, we have Jaylani, Executive Director of CARE Minnesota. Bro is an icon. Give it up for Jaylani. He's about to break it down to us and serve it on a plate.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Rose. I want to first of all greet you all with a greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all. I want to first of all just acknowledge all of you for being here today, for coming out, for continuing to show up. And I want to just start by asking you, how many of you have been, this is your first protest? Just raise your hand. All right, there you go, you're good. I see you, I see you. How many of you, this is maybe the 5th or 10th protest? There you go. And how many of you have been protesting since the 80s? All right. And we probably have some people that have been protesting since the 70s. And I just want to say to all of you that we need to be on the streets.
Yes.
You know, the cameras left.
They did.
But we didn't leave.
Still.
And we're not going anywhere.
Yep.
We're not going anywhere.
Yes, we are not.
And I want you to know as you walk today, those 3 miles, that those 3 miles you walked with a family. And I hope that you are just beginning your effort to continue to walk this marathon that we have to walk. For not only Dante's family, but all these families.
That's right, brother.
And so I personally show up to these spaces because I am committed to the families. And so I want every single one of you who's here, when you show up to a protest, when you show up and demand justice, I want you to do it for the families. And I want you to hold this moment and how you feel right now. And I want you to use that every single time, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that show up to these spaces just for the cameras, maybe because of Instagram. But I want you to know that there's real people here. And Dante, to me, is one of the most handsome young men I've ever seen.
That's right.
And this young man should be with us today, with his young, beautiful son. But many of us and many people across this country, the day before the Derek Chauvin verdict came out, there were a lot of people who were uncomfortable.
Yes, I was in the psychiatric.
There are a lot of people uncomfortable all over America, worried about buildings.
Yes.
They were worried about buildings. They were worried about their city burning down.
That's right.
But they were not worried about the lives of young men being killed by police.
That's right.
And there are many people in Minnesota today who are patting their backs because they think a guilty verdict for one officer in one case has solved this issue. It did not. There are 470 families plus since 2000 have been killed by police in this state alone.
That ain't right.
And we haven't solved the problem.
Yes.
So today I offer Dante's family not sympathy, solutions.
Yep.
Because every single family carries a burden that they never want to carry.
That's right.
A burden to tell how painful it is to lose their loved one.
That's right.
And how no child anywhere in this country, in this state, should be killed by a police officer because of the color of their skin, because their license tag was registered, if it was a problem, or they had an air freshener. No one. So when you show up to these spaces, I want you to know we are trying to save lives.
That's right.
So many people in this country talk about saving lives. Why can't we save the lives that police are killing with our own tax dollars?
Yes. That's right.
And so Every single one of you, I want you to make that deep commitment today.
Yes.
Because we don't need a lot of people, we just need a lot of committed people.
That's right.
If we get enough committed people, we can make the moves and the changes that we can make.
Hell yeah.
And this moment right now
Revolution.
is about us. Nothing else.
Yeah.
God chose this community in Brooklyn Center and in Minnesota to fight hard because he believes there's something special in us.
Yeah, there is, brother.
There's something special in us that we can fight and change so that there is no more Dante Wrights.
That's right. That's right.
That there are no more killings in this country.
You don't want hashtag.
And the police officers, when they pull over another black man or woman,
We all stand up.
that they are afraid
That's right. That's the point.
because we have their back.
That's right.
And we are coming. And we are their back. And most importantly, there will be accountability in this country.
That's what we want.
And so, and the kind of accountability that we want is the white people accountability. If Justine Diamond can get murder charges on Mahmoud Noor, then we want murder charges against Kim. That's what we want. And for every person who's making a legal excuse for Kim Potter, why didn't you make that same legal for Mahmoud Noor? You didn't. Because that color of his skin made you feel that you wanted more justice. Well, for us, Dante Wright is our color, and we want more justice for him. We want more justice for him. And so, we're not done. We're just getting started. We're not done, we're just getting started. And by the way, it's only getting warmer. It's just getting warmer, it's getting nicer. That means we need to keep our boots on the ground. We need to continue to show up. And for all the politicians who feel that they're safe, we're coming to knock on your door. We're coming to knock on your door. You are not going to use this moment against us. We are going to use this moment against you. And we want those checks cashed, because for the longest time in this history, it seems like we can't get justice. And for Brooklyn Center, we need $50 million for this family. $50 million. Until we get real justice and real accountability, there will not be another jurisdiction in this state or in this country that will think twice. I'm telling you that. So as we get closer right now, this weekend, the Capitol, they're already discussing about how to not give us justice. I want you to think about that.
We're gonna get it.
They're meeting it right now, this weekend in conferencing, and they're thinking about how they're going to tell us why they could not give us qualified immunity, why they could not open all the cases to allow families to sue the government that killed their loved ones. They're going to keep coming up with excuses to deny us that justice. But I'm telling every single one of you, if they deny us that, we have to come out and demand for it. There is no way Minnesota is going backwards. There is no way. As long as we live and breathe, we are going to be the state that changes the course in this country. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. And finally, there's a lot of young people here, so I'm going to just say something real to you. Many of you in this movement right now are probably braver than us. You're braver than us. It's time for you to stand up and lead.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of young people coming out in Freedom Hall, in other schools, showing up and continuing to show up. This is not a one-moment fight. This is an everyday fight.
That's right.
Because every single day they're killing one of us. They can't wait until they kill somebody else.
That's right.
And they come up with excuses every single day. They deny us justice. Those days are over. Their days are over. And finally, the most important thing, to Dante's family, know that we are here. We're not going anywhere.
That's right.
And most importantly, Dante, we see him as our brother,
He's our son.
right? Our son. And we believe that every single day we fight for Dante, we are saving many young people from being killed by these systems.
That's right.
That's why we need to fight as hard as possible.
That's right.
If they can bring If they can move mountains to fight against COVID, why can't they move mountains to stop police from killing us? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? So I want you to think for a second, because sometimes in these moments we move too fast. We move too fast.
Yes.
I want you to take this moment and day, take at least 2 to 5 to 10 minutes to yourself. Hold this day for yourself. Because I've seen a lot of people that show up to protest, they leave, but they don't take that moment with them. Take this moment with you, and please don't wait for another Facebook event for you to come out. Yes. Show up here. Show up in your own city. Show up in your own corner. Make sure that every single person in your network knows that where you're at, and call them out. Because if you're watching on Facebook right now, you should have been here. If you're watching on social media right now, you should have been here. And I tell this all the time. There's a lot of people that romanticize about walking with Dr. King and doing all these things. And trust me, if you're not marching with us, you wouldn't be marching with them either. You wouldn't be marching with them either. The people who marched were the people who showed up. And if you want to be part of this movement, you got to show up. And the worst thing you can do is live through a revolution. And in this country right now, we have a revolution going on. And that revolution is demanding justice for people of color all over this country. And that means we are demanding justice by any means necessary. Give it up for Joe Lonnie.
Hello. Is it?
Yo, I need everybody to come over here. We family. We here to support the Wright family. I need all of y'all in the grass. I know y'all embarrassed because you're like, damn, me with the blue mask on? Yep, you. And then over here to the right, I was talking to y'all too in the grass. Come up here. Come up here. All of y'all in the grass, come up here. Come support us. All the way up here. We're a family for sure. Why don't we set up an event where we go to Pete Orbit's house?
Hell yeah!
How y'all feel about that? We go to Pete Orbit's house? We've been going there, but we need to keep going there. How about Warren Limmer? Right. Who got Keith Ellison address? Oh, she. All right, text it to me. All right, so the next thing, we got to wrap it up quick because the family's standing here. We got food from Twin Cities Relief over there. We're going to wrap it up in a second. But next thing I want to do is introduce Sarai. She got the gifts. She got the gifts right here. She has blessed me before. And when I'm talking about healing, when I'm talking about not just physically healing, but your spirit, your subconscious, your soul, your mind, your body, she about to bless y'all right now. I'm telling you, this is amazing. It's bath bombs for men, bro. It's for men. All right, so Sarai here, if you want to bless them real quick.
We got your back. We got your back.
I am so sorry that this happened to you all and your son. Every day when my 18-year-old son leaves the house, he can't even walk to Target without me stressing out and texting him 30 times a day. So I can only imagine what you're going through. I just want to let you all know that I am here for you. I have created a self-care package for you, specifically the box mom. And I also have a few more things here.
Thank you.
I'm mad you called me out on the man bombs. I didn't bring you a bomb today, Dad. It's okay, I got it though. I got one for you. So I want you to know that everything from the colors, the flowers, the bath salts, there's a bath salt mix in there, there's herbal tea, there's a eucalyptus shower bundle, everything, there's a moon rock in there, everything was picked and paired and created by me, okay? With the intention of lifting your vibrations and your energy, okay? And keeping you in the state of mind of continuous healing. throughout this entire process, okay? I need you to understand that when you utilize these products, I want you to embrace it. I don't want you to just think you're throwing some bath salts in the water, because you're not. Okay? You're not just throwing bath salts in the water. This formula was created for you to help you heal. Okay? So my card is in there. I pray for you every day. I'm actually from Louisville, Kentucky. So, and I moved here 2 days before they murdered Philando. So I've never marched until George. That's what inspired me. And now with this with Dante, it's ridiculous. Kim, we want your head on a platter ASAP. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, I am about spirituality, and spirituality lets you tell somebody you want their head on the platter, because that's how you really feel. And we do. We want her to pay for what she's done for you all and your family. I want you to accept these gifts and enjoy every single minute of it. I am here for you. My card is in there. Anytime you need anything, please reach out, okay? You'll probably have some questions, so promise you'll call me. Okay. I love y'all.
Hey, give it up. Sadai with Bath Time Super Vibe. She has a physical location where you can go in. It's immaculate. If y'all need a healing space, y'all need a cleansing space, go there, tap in with Sadai. You can say Sarai for y'all who can't roll the R. Next, thank you so much. Next, hey, huge shout out to Twin Cities Relief Initiative. We about to go eat over there in a minute. We got Ronnie right here, Rachel, they holding it down. Huge shout out to them. We gonna wrap it up. Next we have Amity. Amity Dimmock, her beautiful boy, Kobe Heisler, was murdered by these bitch ass cops on the fucking roof. What's his name? Kobe Heisler. What's his name? Kim Potter covered up her son's murder.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Kim Potter, we got a common denominator right here, and Amity is a blessing, and she's gonna speak to us for a second.
We got your back.
I mean, I am your back.
Me too,
I'm usually able to speak pretty well. You got this, Amity. You got this. This one is way too close to me. They were the same age. It's less than 5 blocks away. And then we find out that fucking Kim Potter is the common denominator, and it's not just that. Let's not just focus on her. Someone say that ain't right. It's such a big problem. But we have to continue on. Even though it seems like we're never gonna win. We do these baby steps, but just keep in mind, we were all born just like our babies were born. It took baby steps for them to be able to walk and then run. And so that's what we're gonna do with it. And like everybody else has said, it doesn't matter. You guys do whatever you need to do for however long it takes. And we got this fight. We got it on the days when you can't make it. Just like when I can't make it, people taking up for us.
That's right.
We got your back.
We are your back.
I'm just so sorry, like the people before me, we couldn't get laws and the system changed fast enough for this not to happen again. And I just feel we were talking to you in front of people, so I'm going to stop and just give you a hug. You know, this is just too much. We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back! We got your back! We got your back! We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
We got your back!
Those boys said mama.
Thank you, Amity, for coming out. Amity is, for any Gen Z out here, Amity is popping as fuck on TikTok. And Amity look just like my mom, so, hey, we're just here for y'all. I don't have anything else to say. I'm grateful that we were able, me and Courtney, and we were able to work something out for y'all, you know? So, I'm just glad it came together for y'all in a way that y'all approved of.
We love you guys, and we will always, always be here for you. Anything, everything, always. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this family. They wanted it, and we gave it to them, right?
That's right.
TCRI has food for us. I think. Oh yeah, and family eats first. So let them eat, and then everybody can funnel in. They gotta get their pies and probably say hi to a couple people, but they eat first.
That's right.
Are we good? Everything good?
We also have a donation box for the family that I'm about to walk around with. So if y'all got cash, put it in a box, help this family out. Everybody makes an economy out of a dead body, except for the damn families who lost every goddamn thing in their life. The media, the news, the fucking police make money for the family do. So, yeah.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
We're about to walk out with a donation box, so if y'all would like to do anything, I got this idea from Yadira, the Hispanic girl that was murdered earlier, so we're gonna walk around with that. On a lighter note, Twin Cities Relief Initiative got food, so we about to walk over there.
Yeah. And
We about to go eat. We good?
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
we have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our
We
chains.
have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our
We
chains.
have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our
We
chains.
have nothing to lose but our chains.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Thank you all for being here today. Thank you.
Courtney got these Kim Potter, these bitch ass Kim Potter. Kim Potter, you're next. She got these papers, come get one. Also, we got the donation box.
almost 2 weeks now. We will continue to hold space for the family here. We welcome everybody here to continue to stay. We leave at about 11 p.m. every night, and it's as peaceful as this. We have to continue to demand justice all year until we have the up charges.
Also, if people need rides back to 63rd and Catherine, please approach us at the white van. And if people can give rides, please come to the white van for folks that need rides back to 63rd and Catherine.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. There's been multiple officers up on the roof, but it is definitely a block party out here. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and jump off the screen here. The crowd's dwindled to about a quarter of what it originally was. So I appreciate everyone jumping on here. Would have gotten out here sooner and walked the 3 miles with the crowd, but there's not many reporters out here covering it anymore. A lot of the independent people that were here during the original part of it have all pretty much split up other areas of the country. So I encourage you guys to follow all of us out here doing this, because we're still on it. I haven't seen one mainstream outlet out here at all. So between me working my regular job, which I've got clients calling me actually the whole time I was out here, and forgot to turn my phone off before I got here. This is needs to be covered, all of it. And I appreciate everyone in here. I appreciate my mods. You guys do wonders for me. Because I don't really pay attention to the chat a whole lot. So again, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. All right, guys, Jason with Minnesota News Now out.